Good afternoon, everybody. The sky is blue, the sun is shining, there's apples on the tree. What more could you want? How about a sniper rifle drop from BZ Tactical? They've let me borrow their brand new, I think the only one in the country, AAC-C1. BZ Tactical have sent over loads of stuff for it as well. I've got loads of spare parts for it just in case, I guess. What we've got here, O-ring set for CO2 chamber. We've got Teflon shim for piercing nozzle. Magnetic base, Teflon ring, gas chamber O-ring set for the gas chamber. Teflon ring for CO2 chamber. We've got the original 1 joule CO2 chamber. We've got a M130 CO2 chamber. We've got M170 CO2 chamber. An M150 CO2 chamber. What's this? This is a cylinder, Teflon coated cylinder. We also have a BZ, not American, BZ Tactical patch. Here it is, the Action Army AAC-C1. My first impressions is just how tiny and lightweight it is. It's really small. It's smaller than I thought it was going to be. However, though, the stock does feel a nice quality stock. It just feels nice quality overall. It reminds me of one of those 177 break barrel air rifles. Got some Picatinny rail on there. Don't think that comes with it. I think you have to buy this extra. I think loads of the stuff is extra. The rifle comes in pretty cheap. Don't know prices yet, but I'm told it's pretty cheap, and then you just buy your extras. So it's similar sort of thing with the AAP-01. You've got your iron sights on there as well. See what it's like to cock. Very, very light cocking and quite short actually. A little bit noisy on the spring there. That's the range of cocking motion there. And this is how you change the cartridge. It's a totally unique design, this is. So you pull that back. Right, now that then bonnet then comes undone. Right, let me get this straight. So we'll cock it, push it slightly forward. Now this cylinder is magnetic, so I think that should now come out. There we go. Now I believe this is the green gas. Well, yeah, the green gas one. So this is the one that holds the gas inside that. So if you've got a couple of these green gas, you can carry a few of these around with you if you've run out. Or you can run it on these CO2 powered ones. Something else that I didn't mention was it is VSR compatible to an extent. It uses VSR mags. I'm guessing this is an Action Army VSR 50 rounder. Looks like a VSR hop chamber. Not 100% sure on that. I'm told it also uses VSR buckings and barrels as well. It seems to be a very simple design. You've still got a spring in there, even though it's a very weak spring, and what looks like a piston there. Definitely a unique design. It's great to see companies innovating in airsoft and seeing something different. Still not 100% sold, but I'm definitely happy to be proven wrong at the weekend. Not so great start. I've put in some Abbey Ultra Predator gas and got a leak, it seems, on the cylinder. CO2 it is then. So luckily BZ Tactical sent over a load of spares with it. So we've got a spare O-ring set for the gas chamber. And it looks like these are very, very simple. You've got your standard fill valve, or airsoft fill valve at the bottom there, which unscrews like a pistol mag. And it just unscrews there. You've got a seal. You have to forgive the outdoor noises. I've got an F-35 buzzing around somewhere. I've got lots of noisy birds as well. Anyway, got a sealing O-ring there. There's your chamber, and then it looks like the top of this cylinder is very similar to like a VSR style. It's getting windy now, so you're probably going to get wind noises now to top it all off. What a mistake it was coming outside. It just undoes like a VSR cylinder, so it should be finger tight. Yeah, there's a bit of spring tension behind that though, so be careful. Again, probably a mistake doing this outside because the spring's probably going to ping off to my neighbour's house. There we go. So we've got another seal that goes around, another O-ring that goes to seal there. We've got a spring in there as well. This is the nozzle, the top of the cylinder head, and looks like we've got a couple of O-rings in there, and it looks like you can see some metal filings there. Let's give that a bit of a clean and see if that's any better. I've given it a clean up, and let's put some more gas in it and try it. It still seems to be leaking. As it's not mine, I'm not going to mess about with it too much, and just Just going to stick to the CO2, it seems. Never really been a big fan of CO2 in airsoft, but I've got plenty of 12-gram CO2 cartridges to last me for days and days of gaming. Then I discovered 12-gram, the go-to CO2 bulb in airsoft. They don't fit in these cylinders. I thought I was going crazy for a minute until I consulted the manual and saw they take 8-gram CO2 bulbs. Didn't even know they were a thing. So, turns out I'm going to have to go shopping. We're at the game field now. Going to be the first CO2 bulb of the day. Alright, let's drop that in there. I think I'm going to put some gloves on, just in case. No leaks, we seem to be in. But now, is it going to go in? What's going on here? Seems to have expanded. It's like, it is, you can see it in the middle. It's kind of expanded because I guess I've done it up a bit too tight. That's better. Alright, just been to Chrono, and the M150, the gold one, was too hot with 0.43 gram BB, so it was 383 feet per second on a 0.43. And so now, luckily, I've got this green one in the 30, so I'm going to go give that one a go now. Right, so that's better. We're all got the green one in now. It was kind of about, was it 300 FPS with 0.43s with the green one in. I can't remember what the joules was now, but it was under the limit anyway, well under the limit. Plenty enough room, wiggle room, definitely. So I thought this M150 was going to be the one, but turns out the green one was the one. Right, so to run CO2 today, you have to carry an Allen key. I have to carry all these noisy bulbs, so I'm going to use a sock, because I always carry a sock. So I want to try and stop these from making noises, jingling. There we go, that's not jingling. Allen key, I don't want to lose this.
That's where half your noise is coming from, though, isn't it?
There, mate.
Because the bolt sits back and then goes forward.
That's right, yeah. So it's quite, you know, it's doing away with the benefits of a CO2 sniper rifle because it's noisy. What the f...
Believe it or not, there was actually a target in this window here, but it actually became a challenge for me to actually get a BB in that window rather than hitting any target.
What the fuck? This needs to make its mind up what it wants to do. Under hop or over hop. I've got one actually in the window, wow. Now I'm out. So that was the SSG-10 mag, fed and worked perfectly. This is the Action Army mag, 50 rounder. 50 rounds. Let's see if I can get a kill with 50 rounds.
I can't even blame the weather for the performance. There was barely any wind and it was around about 15 degrees Celsius. At that temperature there shouldn't be any performance issues at all with CO2.
Oh, mother.
This is my fault. Now, stupidly, while changing the CO2 bulb, I pulled the trigger and the piston shot forward and stuck to the front of the cylinder.
Didn't pull the trigger. There's no cylinder in.
This may seem like a waste of CO2, because it is. There may be enough CO2 here for another few shots, but I didn't really know that. These 8-gram CO2 bulbs are good for around about 50 shots, and I didn't really know how many shots I'd taken in the last game. So I wanted to make sure that going into the next game that I had enough CO2 to last the entire game without having to stop mid-action because I had no CO2 left. This is one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of CO2 in Airsoft.
Gotta be quick.
Now, I'm no scientist, engineer, or whatever when it comes to airsoft technology, but manufacturers such as Mancraft and Wolverine, on their CO2 systems, they have an expansion chamber. But with the Action Army system, when the cylinder slams forward, that then releases a burst of CO2 straight from the bulb. Whether this is what causes the performance issues with the CO2, I do not know.
Oh, wow, I got him. Get him. Wow. Wow, that was on target. He was probably 40 metres away. And it took me, what, 4 goes to get him. Now I give this rifle the benefit that it is lovely and lightweight and small and easy to manoeuvre, pointy, but its accuracy just leaves too much to be desired.
It's got everything a conventional Springer sniper rifle has. It's got a spring guide, it's got a spring, although it is a weak spring. It's got a piston, it's got a hop unit, it's got an inner barrel, but then in between the hop unit and the piston, they've put another cylinder in with the propellant. I just don't get it. It's great to see companies innovating in airsoft, and I never want to see that stop. Unfortunately, I cut my use of it short for the day. I had enough of it by lunchtime, and in the afternoon game, I just ran with a Mark 23 pistol. For me, the cons far outweighed the pros for this. The first one for me is when you have to open the top mount to replace the CO2 cartridge where your scope is mounted. I just worry that after time that will lead to losing the zero on your scope. The cylinder on the Athena is just very open as well, and I think it's going to lead to ingress of dirt, grime and crap inside there, and I reckon you're going to have to be cleaning this thing after every game. Also, it's going to be prone to getting rain in there on a rainy day. The rain's going to go inside there, in your hop chamber, in your barrel. I think that how open it is going to be a problem. The big one for me is just how inaccurate it was, and I've used an average SSQ-22. The AAC-C1 is nice and lightweight, very small, easy to manoeuvre, easy to cock, so you might think it's going to be an ideal platform for a younger player, but I just don't think you want to inflict this rifle on a younger player. It's just too much of a faff. I am still definitely interested to see what the future is holding for the AAC-C1. I've heard that there's going to be lots of bits and pieces out there for it. Let's just hope they release something that makes it more accurate. For me, right now, I'm out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.